Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that will truly touch your heart and remind you how a single moment, just one small mistake, can completely change someone's life forever. It was a cold evening in a quiet part of the city where streetlights flickered like they were too tired to stay awake. Inside a tiny, worn-down apartment on the third floor of an old building lived a young single mother named Aisha. Life had not been kind to her. At just 26 years old, she was already carrying more weight on her shoulders than most people twice her age. Her husband had left her shortly after their baby was born. No explanation, no goodbye, just gone. All that remained was a crying newborn, a pile of unpaid bills, and a silence that echoed louder than any argument ever could. Aisha worked long hours at a small grocery store. The pay was barely enough to cover rent, and after utilities and food, there was almost nothing left. But what kept her going, what truly gave her strength, was her 6-month-old son, Hamza. That night, Hamza wouldn't stop crying. Aisha checked everything. His diaper was clean. She had tried rocking him, singing to him, even walking around the room in circles until her legs ached. But nothing worked. Then she looked at the empty container sitting on the kitchen counter. Baby formula. There wasn't a single scoop left. Her heart sank as she opened the cabinet again, hoping somehow another container might magically appear. But there was nothing. Not even a backup. She checked her wallet, just a few coins. Her next paycheck was still 3 days away. 3 days. She felt panic rising in her chest. She picked up her phone, hands trembling slightly, and opened her messages. There was one contact she hesitated to tap, her old coworker Sarah. They hadn't spoken in months, but Sarah had always been kind. Maybe, just maybe she could help. Aisha typed slowly, "Hey Sarah. I'm really sorry to bother you this late. I don't have money for baby formula right now. Can you please lend me a little? I'll return it as soon as I get paid." She stared at the message for a long moment. Her pride hurt. Asking for help was never easy. But hearing Hamza cry again made the decision for her. She hit send. A few seconds passed, then a minute, then Favino reply. She sighed, placing her phone down beside her. But what Aisha didn't realize was that she hadn't sent the message to Sarah. She had accidentally tapped a number just above Sarah's name in her contact list, a number saved months ago under a simple label, "Unknown." On the other side of the city, far away from that dim apartment, in a glass-walled office high above the skyline, sat a man named Zion Khan, a billionaire. His world was the complete opposite of Aisha's. Luxury cars, private meetings, million-dollar deals. It was a life most people could only dream of. But despite all that wealth, Zion lived a quiet and somewhat lonely life. Success had come at a cost. Long hours turned into years, relationships faded, and somewhere along the way, he found himself surrounded by everything, yet feeling nothing. That night, he was reviewing documents when his phone buzzed. Almost ignored unknown messages were usually spam, but something made him pause. He picked up the phone and read the text. Read it once, then again. His expression changed. There was something raw in those words. No manipulation, no exaggeration, just a desperate mother asking for help. He leaned back in his chair, thinking, was it real? A scam maybe? He had seen plenty of those before, but something didn't feel. Fakih typed back, "Who is this?" Back in the small apartment, Aisha's phone lit up. Her eyes widened. She quickly grabbed it, hope rushing back into her chest. But when she read the reply, her face fell. This wasn't Sarah. Panic hit her instantly. Had she sent it to the wrong person? Her fingers moved quickly. "I'm so sorry. I think I texted the wrong number. Please ignore my message." She was about to put the phone down when another message came in. "Wait. Don't apologize. Do you really need help?" Aisha hesitated. Her instinct told her to stop, to not trust strangers. But then she looked at Hamza, still crying, his tiny face red and tired. She swallowed hard. "Yes. I do. I just need enough for baby formula. Nothing more." There was a pause. Longer this time. Minutes felt like hours. Aisha sat there, heart pounding, unsure if she had made a mistake or found a miracle. Then her phone buzzed again. "Send me your location." She froze. This felt unreal. "Why?" she replied, "Because I want to help. Not with just money. With what you actually need right now." Aisha stared at the message. Fear and hope battled inside her. After a long moment, she made a decision. She sent her location across the city. Zion stood up, grabbed his coat, and walked out of his office without another word. His driver looked surprised. "Sir, where are we going?" Zayan simply showed him the address. "As fast as you can." About 40 minutes later, a black luxury car pulled up outside Aisha's building. She watched from the window, her heart racing. This couldn't be real. A man stepped out, well dressed, calm, carrying a small bag. Zayan, he looked up at the building, then at his phone, confirming the address. Aisha quickly wiped her tears, picked up Hamza, and walked to the door. When she opened it, they stood face to face, two strangers from completely different worlds. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Zayan gently held up the bag. "Baby formula," he said softly. Aisha's eyes filled with tears instantly. "Thank you. I don't know how to." He shook his head. "It's okay. May I come in?" She hesitated for a split second, then stepped aside. The apartment was small, but clean. Modest in every way. Zayan looked around quietly, taking everything in. His wasn't a story, this was real. Turned back to her. "When was the last time you ate?" Aisha blinked, surprised. I'm fine." He didn't believe her, reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone, making a quick call. "Send some food to this address now." Within an hour, there was a knock at the door again. Bags of groceries, hot meals, things Aisha hadn't been able to afford in months. She stood there, overwhelmed. "Why are you doing this?" she finally asked. Zayan looked at Hamza, now peacefully drinking from his bottle, then back at her. "Because sometimes people just need someone to show up." That night changed everything, but not in the way either of them expected. Zayan didn't just leave after helping. Checked in the next day, then the day after that. What started as a simple act of kindness slowly turned into something deeper. Helped Aisha find a better job, arranged childcare, made sure she had stability, but more importantly, he listened, and for the first time in a long time, Aisha felt seen, not judged, not pitied, just understood. Weeks turned into months, and something unexpected began to grow between them. Trust, friendship, and eventually something more. But this story isn't just about love, it's about how one wrong text message became the right moment, how a mistake turned into a miracle, and how two broken lives found a way to heal each other. Aisha never forgot that night, the night she almost gave up, the night she sent a message to the wrong number and somehow reached the right person. So if you ever feel like life is falling apart, like no one is listening, like you're completely alone, remember this story, because sometimes help comes from places you never expected, and sometimes one small moment can change everything forever.